We're reading from Caitanya Caritamrita. We are on chapter 2, Adi-Lila, chapter 2, text 11. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vadanti tat Tattvavidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmatmeti paramatmeti bhagwaneti shabdayate. So this verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth say that it is non-dual knowledge and is called impersonal Brahman, the localized Paramatma, and the personality of Godhead. So the transcendentalists, learned transcendentalists. Transcendentalists means they know the subject matter of spiritual world, about the spirit, not only of the material world. And then these transcendentalists who know the absolute truth, they know the truth. Not that they think they know the truth, but they know the truth. Then what do they say? That this absolute truth is called impersonal Brahman, means the light which is coming from the body, Paramatma, in everyone's heart and in every atom, and the personality of Godhead. Personality of Godhead means God is a person, and these other two are his features. This Sanskrit verse appears in the 11th verse of the first canto, second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Sutta Goswami answers the questions of the sages, headed by Shaunak Rishi, concerning the essence of all scriptural instructions. So, because Srimad Bhagavatam is full of questions and answers, conversation, so in the conversation, questions put by the sages of Naimisharanya. And their leader was Shaunak Rishi, and Shaunak Rishi asked Sutta Goswami certain questions. So Tattva Vidaha refers to persons who have knowledge of the absolute truth. Knowledge of the absolute truth. Over here in our material world, whatever knowledge we have is relative. You know, we say dark, so means there is light. We say sun, means there is parents. Then it's all relative, you know, over here. But the truth, the absolute truth, is never changing. It's not relative, it's absolute. Like there is no difference over here in the material world. When we say servant, then we say master. So there is a difference. But in the spiritual world, there is no difference between master and servant. We were hearing a few days ago, Srila Prabhupada's this daily, from Srila Prabhupada's short talk. So over here in the material world, everything is relative, but in the absolute world, no, there is no master and servant. They are the same. They can certainly understand knowledge without duality because they are on the spiritual platform. The absolute truth is known sometimes as Brahman, sometimes as Paramatma, and sometimes as Bhagwan. Persons who are in knowledge of the truth know that one who tries to approach the absolute simply by mental speculation will ultimately realize the impersonal Brahman. And one who tries to approach the absolute approach the absolute through yoga practice will be able to realize Paramatma. But one who has complete knowledge and spiritual understanding realizes the spiritual form of Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. So if we take the Gyan path, the path of knowledge, then our realization of the absolute truth will be limited only to the Brahma Jyoti, only to the divine light, because all the knowledge is only going to take us up to there, not further. It can't take us any further than that. Up to the point that, the absolute truth, or that God is light, when we take up the path of Gyan. And then others who try to understand the absolute truth by the yoga system, they sit in meditation for thousands and thousands of years, then their realization of God can go only up to that he is the super soul sitting within the heart of the yogi. He will be able to realize the Paramatma feature. But what is a complete understanding? The complete spiritual understanding is that God, the absolute truth, is a person. He's a supreme person, Bhagwan. That means he is a person who's possessing all the qualities of, we read yesterday, Bhagwan means one who's possessing all opulence, all fame, all knowledge, all strength, then strength, all renunciation, and all beauty. All beauty. No one is more beautiful than him. No one is richer than him. No one has more knowledge than him. No one is as renounced as him. And that is only Krishna. That is the meaning of Bhagwan. And that is only for Krishna. So the devotees of the personality of Godhead know that Sri Krishna, the son of the king of Braj, is the absolute truth. They do not discriminate between Sri Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. So the devotees know that what is the absolute truth, or who is the absolute truth. They know Krishna is the absolute truth. And because he's absolute, his name and his form are non-different. His name, form, and his qualities are non-different. His name, form, qualities, and pastimes are non-different because it's on the absolute realm. For us, it's very inconceivable because we live in a world of duality. We are living in the world of duality, so we are not able to understand what's the absolute platform. Here, when we say the name mango, it doesn't mean that we are tasting the mango. We are just saying mango, but we can't taste it. But Krishna, because he's on the absolute platform, when we say the name Krishna, that's Krishna. When we are speaking about his pastimes, that's Krishna. When we are speaking about his qualities, that's Krishna. We are associating with Krishna. And so that's the reason we always recommended hear and chant more, because that's the power of association, right? Whatever we associate with, we take on that. Association is like a crystal, they say, that whoever we associate with, we take on that qualities. So if we associate with drunkards, we will get those qualities. If we associated with gamblers, we will get those qualities. If we associate with Krishna, what will happen? We will be getting these godly qualities that Krishna has. We will be situated in our true form, because we are also Satchidananda. Krishna is Satchidananda, we are also Satchidananda. Although we are very tiny, our size is infinitesimal, very tiny. A pure devotee knows that when he chants the transcendental name Krishna, Shri Krishna is present as transcendental sound. He therefore chants with full respect and veneration. So a pure devotee, he chants with respect and veneration because he knows this holy name is Krishna himself. When he sees the form of Sri Krishna, he does not see anything different from the Lord. If one sees otherwise, he must be considered untrained in absolute knowledge. This lack of absolute knowledge is called Maya. So on the pure transcendental platform, we can see that Krishna, the deity of Krishna is Krishna. The name of Krishna is Krishna. Yeah, that means they are trained in absolute knowledge. And if we are not able to see it, means we are in Maya. One who is not Krishna conscious is ruled by the spell of Maya under the control of a duality in knowledge. In the absolute, all manifestations of the Supreme Lord are non-dual, just as the multifarious forms of Vishnu, the controller of Maya, are non-dual. So all Vishnu forms, all Krishna's incarnations, they are non-different than Krishna. They're Krishna himself. We are not able to understand such things because we live in a world of duality. We're always living in a world of duality, of relative, dark and light, and father and son, and what we say, master, servant, like that. So empiric philosophers who pursue the impersonal Brahman accept only the knowledge that the personality of the living entity is not different from the personality of the Supreme Lord. So what do the Gyanis, their knowledge is? That the personality of the Jiva, the living entity, and the personality of the Supreme Lord is non-different. That's why they are called Advaitavad, that everything is one, that the Lord and the Jiva are one. And the mystic yogis who try to locate the Paramatma accept only the knowledge that the pure soul is not different from the super soul. So the yogis, they have a higher understanding. They see the Lord as a super soul, Paramatma. And then they say that, oh, the pure soul, and the pure soul means somebody who has given up his material desires, is not different from the Paramatma, the super soul. The absolute conception of a pure devotee, however, includes all others. Then how does it include others? How do we understand, oh, that the living entity is not different from the personality of the Supreme Lord, or the pure soul is not different than the super soul? How do we understand that? This is by understanding the inconceivable oneness yet different. We are one in quality. Yes, we are same like Krishna. Yes, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So we are same like the Supreme Lord. But how? In quality. In quality. He's Sachidanand, we are Sachidanand. But we are different. How? Krishna is unlimited. The Supreme Absolute Truth is unlimited. And we are infinitesimal. We are tiny, 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 insignificant. Just like a speck of gold is also gold. The chemical composition of gold in the speck of gold is equal to the chemical composition of the gold in a gold mine. The chemical composition will be the same, but the quantity is totally different. A speck of gold cannot be compared to a mine of gold. Or the chemical composition of a drop of ocean water is the same as the chemical composition of the full ocean. The water in the ocean, the chemical composition is the same, but the size, we can't compare it. Where is one drop of water and where the full ocean is? We can't compare the size. A devotee does not see anything except in its relationship with Krishna, and therefore his realization is the most perfect of all. So a devotee's understanding of the absolute truth is the perfect, because he understands himself in relationship to the absolute truth. He knows, okay, I'm an eternal part and parcel of the absolute truth. I'm an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. And therefore his realization is the most perfect of all. There is nothing further than to realize, rather than act in that relationship. And how do we act in that relationship? By engaging in bhakti, hearing and chanting. Hearing and chanting. And then we will get the prayojana. What is the prayojana? The goal? Love of God. Love of God. So this is the sambandha, our relationship with Krishna, our relationship with the absolute truth. We are eternally have a relationship with him. We are eternally his parts and parcels. We are eternally his servants. And then, okay, so we are part and parcel. We are not the body, we are soul. We are eternally Krishna's servants. What shall we do? We engage in bhakti. That's abhideya, the process. We take up the process with full faith, firm faith, determination, patience, enthusiasm. We hear and chant regularly, go deeper and deeper, connect more and more with hearing and chanting. Then what will happen? We will get the ultimate real goal. And that ultimate goal is love of God. Love of God. That's the goal of all religion, love of God. Any questions or comments?
No, all good.
Okay, so we'll stop here for today, because we are trying to understand the technicalities. So we'll stop here for today. Sri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.